Welcome to Drum and Drummer, a podcast focused on drums, drumming and drummers. I'm George Pickering and that's Ben Winty, and we are both professional drummers in this business we call music. So stick around and join us as we pass the time whilst trying to stay in time.
Maloko.
Badly drawn boy. Yeah.
Show me the money. How you doing, George?
Sorry, I wasn't recording. I am recording now.
Oh.
Show me the money.
Okay.
Well, no, it's fine. Surely you can just cut that in.
Yeah, be fine. Be fine.
Editing wizard right here.
Right.
What money?
Just any money. Just if you can spare a dime for this chap. We're gonna disclaimer. We're recording this week's and the one you heard last week a little bit in advance because this boy right here is currently in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah.
Exploring the parks, exploring myself.
So whilst we won't be hot on current events, we will still just be chatting shit like we normally do. Last week we obviously heard about
Why
George's
don't we try and guess what's going on?
Okay.
So, wow. P. Diddy was innocent all along. I had no idea. That's crazy.
I can't believe that football team won that game.
Yeah. How are you making it vague?
Ooh,
Okay.
That referee decision was awful.
That politician really had an embarrassing moment there. You know?
I never thought there'd have been a diddler.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Have you seen, not to talk about P. Diddy immediately, but 50 Cent has made a documentary, which will be fascinating to watch, I think.
You're breaking up a little bit. Your internet
My
is
internet's
shit.
slow, innit? Fucking hell. This is going to be awful.
What if you you might be fine with it, turning your camera off.
Yeah, let's do that.
That might help.
And we'll have to go blind.
I thought it would be easier to do that. Oh, there we go. Stop video.
There we go.
Oh, am I still here?
You're still here. I can still hear you. Yeah.
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 I can. I've just got your face now.
Yeah, I've
This
left
is
mine
odd.
on. Yeah. What other? Isn't it getting dark early now?
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's cold. I miss summer. You know, not me, mate. I'll be in sweet Florida, 30 degrees. Cheers. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to Florida then.
Yeah. So
are you excited?
I'm really excited, mate.
So, as we speak, I've started the week countdown. We are officially at the week countdown.
Yeah.
Very much looking forward to it. Got lots of cool stuff planned. So I'll probably have lots to talk about when I get back. But it is a much needed break with lots of fun things to do. But anyway, while we're here on the Zoom call, I got some bits, little things I just thought, I'll make a note of that. I'll make a note of that for the people. Always keen to hear what I've got to say, I'm sure. So I'm just going to go through them. So little quick bits, mate, little quick bits. First of all, Archie Mack, his EP came out on the 27th of September. It's called Loser. 5 tracks. I drummed on them. It's good fun. So go and listen to that. Right. I'm going to take us back to an early bit of Drum and Drummer lore.
Right.
Crisps. And you know what I'm going to say? What are the best crisps?
Are you actually
asking you, George? Yes.
Sorry, it's weird because my face isn't on this, is it? What are the best crisps? Do you know what I really like? I think they're a Walker's brand, but they're not classic Walker's. But you can get like ridged crisps. Because I do like McCoy's, but Walker's do I think it's Walker's that are like another level. You know, you can get the flame grilled steak and the paprika.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you want to numb your mouth and basically self-harm yourself, salt and vinegar from Co-op.
Exactly. That's the answer I was looking for. And I'll tell you for why. I saw a post on Reddit with a picture of those Co-op. Was it Chardonnay vinegar? Salt and vinegar?
Yeah.
Right? And someone said to make these even better, put them in the fridge. I know.
What, to make them more...
Just to make the eating experience
destructive.
better. Cool the crisps down in the fridge. Which is... it's not something I've ever done. But this guy sweared by it. He was like, it makes them amazing. So just wondering, is he a freak or her?
Oh, have you tried it?
I've not tried it, mate. No, I've not got any Co-op crisps for me because I'm in Florida. So,
fuck's sake.
No, but I thought that was quite weird. But yeah, I feel like it's something I might do.
Yeah.
So there's that. And I'm just going to whiz through loads of things here, mate. Keep up, boy. Remember a while ago we spoke about Zildjian branching out into making headphones.
Of course I do.
Yeah. Well, I saw another thing. I bought a new Dyson recently, didn't I?
Yeah.
Hoovering up the old flat.
How's that going?
It's great. I've had it about a month. I only had to charge it once. I'm living the dream. Dyson also make headphones. What? Have you seen them?
No.
They make headphones, yeah.
That's mental.
Yeah. I swear they did, something came out in COVID as well. They had this, headphone / gas mask sort of thing.
Wow.
It had, an air purifier in it. But
it's
yeah.
a very specific product, that.
Yes, very a bold product to wear.
You're going for a run in war-torn countries.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was weird. But I know they do a lot of hair care stuff as well, like straighteners and...
What? Oh, yeah.
Dyson, yeah, and heaters like that. And they're about £1,000. But I've got no need for them because I've got no hair. So we're recording this very early on a Monday, and you were like, "Oh, can we do it really early? I've got loads of things
It's
to do."
10 a.m. It's 10 a.m.
Yes, this is the second episode of the morning.
We started.
I was gigging in Stratford upon Avon last night, mate.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
I did notice that you didn't reply.
Yeah.
I said, can we do it tomorrow? Yeah.
And is it my fault I got home and then watched Match of the Day? Nah, doesn't matter. But another win for the Arsenal. Lovely. So I've just come off back of a run of 3 functions in a row. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Freitag. Don't know what Saturday is.
Sonntag? Oh, no, that's Sunday. Isn't it?
Easy like a Sonntag Morgan. 2 local, 1 far away. All good gigs, all absolutely fine. Now, at the venue last night, the staff were like, "Can I get you a drink?" I said, "Yes, please." "Can I get an orange juice and lemonade?" And the bar staff went, "Yeah, sure." And then just started making the drink. I thought, brilliant. And then she went, "You do want them mixed together, don't you?"
Yeah.
I said, "I'm on a run, mate. I'm on a run of people really not automatically getting the whole orange juice and lemonade thing. Is it an age thing? Are young people never, has this passed them by and now young bar staff are confused by it?"
Yeah.
Don't know. Hey, tell you what, mate. One gig, Bride and Groom gave us a little envelope when we finished.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, HSBC embroidered on it. Not embroidered, embossed. Hello, what's in this? Would be a weird thank you card from HSBC.
Yeah.
Cash tip, mate. Cash tip.
Nice.
Pop that in.
What sort of bunts we talking?
45 each, mate. 45 each.
Nice.
So...
Amongst a 4-piece or a 3-piece?
3-piece, so not easy to divide.
No, that's a weird amount. 90,
it
45,
is a weird amount.
90, 135.
We were trying to guess how much. Neil came out and he said, "Look, they're giving us an envelope. Don't know if it's got money in it, but it does have HSBC on it."
Yeah.
So we played guess the amount, and my guess was an awkward to split £100 between a 3-piece. But 140, so 45 each, and then we just gave Mike an extra £5.
Yeah.
We're also recording this the day after the UK drum show.
Yeah.
Now, we weren't there. You didn't go.
No, God, I'd have died.
Yeah. What was you thinking there when you thought, I might get back from Switzerland and then jump on a train to Liverpool with no plans of accommodation?
No plans of accommodation.
No ticket to the festival, to the show.
No.
I know you. No, but
What? Yeah. We had the guest pass from Jordan. But I know what you mean. Do you know what it was? It was just, there was enough little nuggets of like, Jordan's going to be there and he can get me in. And Gabby King, we'd just done the podcast with, I knew she was going to be there. And there's like a few other various drummers that I thought, Will Daly.
Yeah, Will Daly was there, yeah.
Kira, knew she'd be there. Just various people we've interviewed over the last year who I thought, they'll be there. So that'll be good because I can chat to them. But that was about it. That, beyond that, beyond meeting these people, there wasn't really much, I don't know, like incentive to get on a train for 4 hours and then find somewhere to stay and then maybe go on the Sunday as well and then head back on my own for another 4 hours and be knackered from Switzerland. But I thought it would be great to meet those people, but at the same time, once I've met them and said hi for 5 minutes, I'll be like, shit.
And then everyone starts playing the drums. They're like, oh, Christ, it's loud.
Exactly. Yeah, well, that's it. I'd be trying to talk to Gabby, or whoever I'm talking to, and then it's just drums. I'm like, this is this is mental. She lives about 20 minutes away. Why don't you just meet her for a drink? Same with Jordan. Just go to London, which poses the question, why is it done up north when only 4 people live up north, So, yeah.
Alan Shearer doesn't even play the drums.
Exactly.
No, look good though. I kind of wish I was unable to go, but it looked cool, and I think we should go next year.
Well, I think so, and I think next year actually plan it a bit more, not just like, because Will Daly gave his 7 tips of what to do at the UK Drum Show, and one of them was like really explore all the rooms, and I was like, we didn't do that at all. We just went in the main selling bit, but actually go like, right, what masterclasses are on and what, Let's go to them.
Well, you live and learn, innit? You live and learn.
Oh, you live and learn.
We went, we
Next
learned, we've lived. We didn't go again, but we will do. Yeah, look cool. There's some BDC had some nice new finishers on display. I don't know if you saw any of their Instagram. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, speaking of BDC, sometimes we'll have a guest, and afterwards I'll be like, I wish I asked about that. And we were going to ask Gabby about BDC. Something I regret not asking her was just about it, because she's been a BDC person since 2016. Isn't that interesting? Like, I felt like BDC was like a really new company because, when we've had Jack Geary and Connor Hopkins on and whoever else, it's always like, oh yeah, I've endorsed in the last year or whatever. She's been there from the beginning. Do you know what I mean?
From the beginning, yeah.
So it's interesting. I still feel like it's a very like new company in the last 2 years, but no.
Yeah, well, when we spoke to Mel from BDC, I think when we chatted to him, he said it was about 7 years old company.
Yeah.
So that sort of makes sense, 2015, 2016. So
yeah.
She's probably one of the first.
Yeah.
One of the first. Exactly. Isn't it funny though, where you do think like, oh, that's not far away, and then you go, oh no, it is now.
I know.
Like Leicester winning the Premier League.
Yeah.
Nearly 8 years ago.
Yeah.
You're like, exactly. Felt like they won it 4 years ago.
But Green Day's American Idiot 20 years ago,
Oh, this made me depressed about how old I am. It was on the old Disney Plus, innit?
Yeah.
And comes up with Lost 20-year anniversary.
Yeah.
So fucking hell, that's really. I really remember watching that first season. I'll tell you why I remember it, George. It was my first summer after my first year at uni. And so I was back home in Portsmouth, Titchfield. Ever heard of it? And it was being shown on Channel 4, weekly on Channel 4 on Thursdays. Now, I'd pretty sure I watched the very first episode on a plane.
Okay.
I might have my dates muddled up. I tell you why, it's not a great thing to watch on a plane because it starts with a fucking plane crash.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like, ooh. But anyway, I remember watching it weekly because I would watch an episode on Channel 4 Thursdays, 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
The first few episodes, and then I would go to Sainsbury's to work my night shift from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was doing that 4 or 5 nights a week, and watching Lost on Thursdays was like the only thing that got me through it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's weird. Finish watching a TV show at 10 p.m. and like, right, off to work.
Yeah. I remember having that with my roadie job. It was odd. I'd be chilling, and then knew I had to start work at 10:30, and that's the worst thing I could do was like get into bed in the evening at 10 p.m. and sort of watch a film, because you're like, no, you're not going to sleep. You now have to lug flight cases out until 1 a.m. You know, yeah, very dangerous move that. You know. But
sometimes you just got to not lie down.
Yeah, I know.
If I lie down, it's game over.
That was September for me. Don't stop. That's why I'm just so relaxed and zoned out today, because I've finally stopped. I finally got. Well, I talk about the new house. Finally getting settled here as well. I've got my bed. Bought a mattress.
Oh yeah.
Bought my first ever mattress, which was
the
exciting
Arctic
moment.
Monkeys poster the first thing you did?
No, it wasn't actually.
Was that the first thing you put up?
That's up there because when I moved in, there was still some nails in the wall, like from where people had put some stuff. So I just put my poster over the nail. No, first thing was get the sofa in and put it in the attic, and then so I could sleep there because I didn't have a bed yet. But honestly, on Saturday night, I think that was the first time I've slept in a bed in a while. So it's nice. It's nice around here. I'm very close to seafront and all the cool bars of Kemp Town. So it's good. You'll have to come up for the first time ever.
Yeah, well, you know. Busy boy. What was I going to say? Yeah, so you moved house. You are dropping your room at Pat's studio.
Yep.
We had a little chat about, because you were using that to sort of go and practice.
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing now? What's your next setup sort of going to be? What's the crack?
What I'm going to do
you
now...
thought about that at all?
Yeah. Is pad work, but then rent a room at Brighton Electric or something once a week, just to keep me going on a real kit. But I was talking to James Gillingham the other day, because he's been kicked out of his studio. Him and
I saw that on Instagram, yeah.
Yeah. And they're, I think, scrabbling around trying to find somewhere. And I basically said, like, look, let me know if you want someone to go in as a third person. Partly because I want to have my own space again to play some drums. But also because I thought, why don't I get back into teaching a bit, you know? I sort of stopped it for a while. And but I think... I don't know. I think if I'd have to approach it differently this time, but I think if I, you know,
because you're an international jet setter.
Well, exactly. But I quite like to get.
Yeah, I might not be able to teach this week.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to go to a cheese festival in southern Austria.
God, what I'd give to go to a cheese festival in southern Austria. It'd be amazing. What else is on your list, boy?
Well, what about us with this? Well, so I'm going to a little segue here, mate.
Yeah.
So, from the drum show, well, I'm going to circle back around to the drum show. To the so I saw a picture of on the old Instagrammy, innit? Matt Hector looked like he was doing some shows with a little Mr. Jools Holland, the no-neck man who only walks backwards. But what I noticed was that Matt Hector was playing fully electric kit.
Yeah.
He had the Roland, but I'm pretty sure it's the same one I have, the VAD. Yeah. He had the electric cymbals as well. He wasn't hybriding it like me. Jools, drums are loud. You should have worked this out by now.
Yeah.
Maloko.
Badly drawn boy. Yeah. And now, from all the way from Sheffield, Arctic Monkeys. Yeah.
Coldplay.
Tonight.
But anyway.
Sorry.
But this circles back around to the drum show because Roland have just announced their next generation of VAD acoustic hybrid drums. I don't know if you've seen any of this, George.
Was this what was at the UK Drum Show?
So I think they were sort of coinciding the launch of the UK Drum Show and probably had some of the new kits there. So mine's the 5 series. I've got the 504. So the 5 is like the series, and then the 4 is the 4. But I got the 4-piece kit. So there's also the 507, things like that. 506. This is the 7 series, right? Mm-hmm. And I watched a 20-minute video from Roland about these new drums. I've got some highlights for you. Highlights I've put together. So there's 3 different sort of levels of kit. Mm-hmm. The top level is like full acoustic style looking kit, right?
Yep.
Then you've got a middle one. And that full kit, right, has a 22-inch kick.
Oh.
Whereas the 5 series has 20-inch, and this has 22-inch, 2 12-inch rack toms, and 2 14-inch floor toms. I imagine you might be able to get a smaller configuration, but it's quite beefy. And that top-end 7 series kit now comes in 5 different finishes.
Nice.
As well. I think the middle series has an 18-inch kick, and 10-inch rack toms, 14 floor, and then the lowest tier is more like a standard electric kit, so it's not like full shells, but it still uses the same mesh heads and things like that. All of them come with the digital hi-hat, snare and ride, and I think they're the ones I've got, so they're the ones that plug in USB into the module. But right, the snare, the new digital snare, has a snare throw.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so you throw the snare off and the drum changes to a non-snare, and you throw it back on. That's pretty, it's pretty good. It's almost like we could just build a real drum. You're so close, but it couldn't tell much about the difference in the hi-hats and the ride. They seemed, I'm sure there probably are some change, but they seem very similar to the ones sort of I've got, the VH14 hi-hats and the 18-inch ride. They said there was improvements in the mesh heads. They've got like a new line of mesh heads on them. There's something as well about, I think it's something, maybe it's just on the digital snare, but they've made the rim a bit more real, like, and the same shape and size as a rim on a real snare drum. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a bit more instinctive to play for like rim shots and cross sticks, things like that. Those are the sort of main physical upgrades, improvements. But then you got the module. I think it's the TD71. I think is the module. It's a lot bigger. It's a more the same size as the TD50. I've got the TD27, which is quite a small module. But things of note, it's got a colour digital screen on it. Mm-hmm. The TD50, so it's more similar to that, where it's got like individual faders for each drum, things like that. But one of the big things is they've redesigned how they do all the samples, and I think the best way I can describe it is I think the one thing I mainly see about Roland kits, and I'd probably agree with this, is that the hardware is awesome, but their internal sounds are a bit shit. And so what a lot of people do, like I downloaded some external drum samples from eDrum Workshop, which I think are better than the stock Roland ones. And what a lot of people do is run it into a laptop, and will run either Superior Drummer or Easy Drummer or Slate Drums. They'll run a VST, which has just a much more expansive, better sort of sample library. And I think something to do with how all the samples are layered and things like that for all the different dynamics and articulations and things. Well, I think Roland have now essentially, I think because Roland now own Drum Workshop, I think, and you've got the DWE, and they have a like a DW VST. I think Roland have imported that into their new module. So essentially it's now like VST plugin quality samples and all that sort of stuff. So I think that's like, and in the video he said something like, almost saying like, yeah, we've heard you say that our sounds are shit, so we've rebuilt it from the ground up and made our sounds better. Yeah. But the other big thing, two other things. One, the module is now Wi-Fi enabled.
Wow.
So I think you'll be able to set up like a Roland account, and then you can just go on your phone onto a Roland account and just either get free sample packs or paid sample packs, and you just buy them, and then just through the Wi-Fi it loads onto your module. So you don't have to like plug it in or use an SD card or things like that. And another big thing they've done is, so I was tweaking my sensitivity settings on my snare drum and kick, and it's quite tricky to do, like on a small little 3-inch screen. But what Roland have done this time is you can just USB the module into a PC or Mac, and now you can edit the do all the editing on the module on a computer screen with a mouse. So it's a lot larger, and you can do it in real time as well. So
wow,
that seems to be the main highlight points I picked up from the video. But when you in the video, you can see like the the full top line V series one, and it's like in a mahogany finish of a 22-inch kick drum. It is so real looking. Yeah. So big improvements, and I'm sure they had them at the drum show. But I'll send you the video. It's worth a watch.
Yeah, please do.
It's quite interesting. I think they are fucking expensive. I've got a feeling this is unconfirmed, but I've got a feeling like the top line one is probably like $8,000.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So you know what it's like when you buy something and you see the newer version come out and you're like, oh, should I have waited? I'm like, nah.
No.
Nah.
Do you reckon that's because they're new and there's just less of them, and when they can mass produce it, it will get cheaper? Or
possibly. I just think like the DWE's like $9,000.
Yeah.
The New Zildjian Alchemy starts at $4,000 or something for the basic model. I just think they're fucking expensive. Not only are you making a real drum kit, you're then adding all the tech.
Yeah.
So I guess they will all. That's the thing is though, they will still always make the cheaper kits. Yeah. You will still have, and I'm sure second-hand market. People are still buying like TD11s on eBay. Yeah. With just like rubber pads and stuff. So I guess it's just to make them that detailed, you've got to really pump some money behind it and the tech. And I'm sure another thing that's quite key in the video is he kept mentioning the word professional. It seems like they were very much going, this is a professional kit, this is a professional kit.
Yeah.
And then he'd go, but it's also just fun to play. But it's a professional kit. Basically, it's fucking expensive, and you shit munchers out there's no way you can afford this or need this. But you constantly have to evolve it, and I think the big thing they were addressing was getting some more finishers out there, improving the pads, the Wi-Fi, and making their own sounds, built-in sounds, better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's quite cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
I'll send you the video though; it's worth watching. Yeah,
please do.
That's So that's my little. That's all the shit just to record today. So we've got some content for while I'm in Florida.
Exactly.
I don't think ahead.
Yeah, we did, but we are good at doing that. Never missed a week.
Never missed
and
a
never
week.
will.
No.
Until one of us dies.
Yeah.
And then when that happens, we'll just get someone to take us over.
Yeah, I'll just get Jordan or Jack
take me over.
Yeah, Connor or anyone. Get Gabby on.
Yeah.
Just be great. Be great.
Better, if anything.
Yeah. So I'm in Florida right now. I'll tell you one thing I'm doing in Florida.
Go on.
I'm going to see Enter Shikari.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Having a look. What's going on? Is there anything in the evenings? Could go and do some comedy or a gig or things like that. It's only Enter Shikari and You Me at 6 playing in Orlando while we're there. 2 tickets. Yes, please.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And actually, I text Georgia, who we've had on the show, friend of the show, who texts for Enter Shikari. I said, hey, I'm going to Orlando. Are you teching for Enter Shikari out there? No. Okay. No, she's not doing that US tour. She's doing the UK stuff. But I'm going to go anyway.
Fair enough.
Anyway.
So it hasn't deterred you that Georgia won't be there? You're still going to go to
No,
Florida?
not at all. You've got to go. And this is the weird thing, isn't it? Because I hate going to gigs in England.
Yeah, you do. My
but
God.
It's very different. It's very different driving into downtown Orlando in a Mustang, and then go and see in a band. And it'll be a much smaller venue out there, than sort of Wembley over here. And I've got to keep up my tradition of going to see British bands in Orlando.
Yeah.
Have I told the Don Brocco story?
You have, yeah.
Yeah.
At the Hard Rock something.
The House of Blues.
That was it.
There's a band sound checking. Sounds like Don Brocco. It is Don Brocco. Let's go. So I got.
Isn't it funny you say Don Brocco? I always say Don Broco.
Okay, I might be wrong.
I might be wrong as well. Should we wrap up?
Let's wrap up, boy. Yeah. You got a busy day.
But it's been a pleasure.
I'm in the theme parks.
I'm not in the theme parks next week. I don't know what I'm doing. Doesn't matter.
Thanks for listening. Thank you, George, as always, for being my guest on this week's show. Lol. Instagram and email and all that. Keep in touch. I hope you're having a good October and enjoying those cold, dark evenings.
Exactly.
Warm up by the fire. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Drum and Drummer. You can find us on Instagram at Drum and Drummer Podcast. And you can send us an email to drumanddrummerpod@gmail.com. Remember, just pick up the sticks and twat it.